Alright, let's get this started. Welcome to this brand new video. This is going to be a little bit different than usual. I usually post gameplay, but I just had this weekend that was really awesome, and I just want to talk about it. So this weekend I was able to go to the AEW show out in Las Vegas, Double or Nothing, brand new pro wrestling entity that's coming up and rising. It's pretty awesome. So I just want to talk about my experience, this weekend, Starrcast, and all the cool stuff that happened. I'll post some videos of the ones that I took. When I talk about like said matches and stuff, I want to keep this short, so I don't think it'll be longer than an hour, hopefully. I just want to talk about everything that's happened. So first off, let's talk about Starrcast. It was really fun. It was exciting to see and meet many of the wrestlers that are in AEW and former WWE superstars. I didn't pay for any meet and greets, but I did talk to a few, shook their hand, just wanted to express my that I enjoy their work, that I enjoyed seeing what they do. Most notable, I talked to Dillinger, Ty Dillinger, Sean Spears, really awesome guy. I just joked, and I just asked him like if he's gonna sign soon, and just told me, hey, it's not really up to me, it's up to them. So hopefully he does, cause I think that would be a good thing for him. I just thought it was cool. There was a lot of stuff to see. I just thought it was a little bit disappointing to see that you had to buy a day pass just to go into this like little hall to buy merch. And in that little hall, they also had like a bunch of the Starrcast guys in there, which is where I was able to meet them. But I kind of just wanted to find a merch shop, because the only merch shop that they had at the MGM was literally only a rack of clothes. Like you go to a like Hot Topic or something, and they have like a clearance rack, like just a rack like with two poles and like shirts on there. That's all they had. That's it. And I was like, what? And they had a few hats. I completely thought it was gonna be like this whole side of a store, or a whole like little store at the MGM with just pure like AEW Double or Nothing merch, and but there wasn't. So I went on Friday, because I got there Thursday night. I got there. We went to the Starrcast thing on Friday. Went into that little bought the day pass for Friday, and then we also went on Sunday, the last day, and there was not as many people. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool to see everybody there before and after the show. So let's talk about the other thing, which was the weigh-in that I watched. And I thought it was nice. I thought it was cool how they did the whole like actual weigh-in with Kip Sabian and Sammy Guevara. But that was it for weigh-ins. That's the only weigh-ins that happened, and I just thought it lacked. Like, it needed more of that. It needed weigh-ins for. I thought it would have been cool to have weigh-ins for each match. Get into each other's faces, UFC style, boxing style. Getting each other's face. You see, like how much they actually weigh. I thought that was pretty neat. So I think that's it for the weigh-in. I just thought that it needed more. So let's talk about Double or Nothing. So before, the line was insanely long for this show. Insanely long. Got there, I think doors open a little bit before doors opening. Maybe like 20 minutes, I think it was, 30 minutes. And the line was like outside the lobby. You went downstairs and went past like down a little corridor out to like where there's like a pool entrance, and went outside around the arena, or the MGM, and it went all the way down, then took right at the corner, and then it went down for maybe a block and a half. It was really long. And the line was starting to move around 20 minutes before doors opening. No, actually, I'm wrong. The doors open, and then like 20 minutes later, maybe 20 or 30 minutes later, the line started moving, and then it just took forever. We got in about like 15 minutes after the actual start time of the buy-in. When we got inside to look for the seats, the battle royal had already started, and in my head I thought, all right, well, it's supposed to start, maybe they're gonna do an intro or something, and then about like the battle royal or Kip Sabian and Sammy Guevara will start about 20 minutes after the start time. And well, I was wrong, because we got there 15 minutes and they already had started the battle royal. We got in about the time when Ty Dillon or Sean Spears was entering, which is pretty cool. I mean, we got inside to the actual arena when everyone was doing the 10 chant, which is pretty cool, pretty neat to see. So let's talk about the battle royal. I figured that Page was gonna win, just because of him not having the match against Pac. I was hoping for Moxley entry at that point instead of Page, because I thought they were gonna go for the Page injury, which we saw Adam Page at Starrcast, like the that same like little area where you buy the merch. We just saw him walk by. People didn't really say anything. Like, I just saw him and he was just like walking by and selling the knee, of course. So I was like, maybe he is really injured. Maybe he just won't show up or something, So then I thought, like, well, they can have Moxley, for the entry at that point, or somebody else, maybe Punk, or anybody, But I was hoping for Moxley. There were a lot of cool spots in that match, Luchasaurus looked awesome, looked good in the Final Four. Page came out to a pretty big pop. I thought Orange Cassidy had a pretty fun spot. I've never seen him before, Some of these guys I have never seen before. But thought his gimmick was pretty entertaining, and since he's signed to AEW, it should be fun to see what he brings to the table. Joey Janela got like this. Well, Jimmy Havoc stapled a cigarette to Joey Janela's head, which is pretty crazy to see. And later, Joey Janela gets eliminated and gets tossed through a table, and it just looked brutal the way he fell into that table. I think the match could have gone on to the main show, honestly, the buy-in. And I think they could have had the buy-in for the Battle Royal during the pre-show, where they all pick their cards, have a little montage of it, or have a little live thing of them picking their cards. But I get it. I mean, if you don't follow Being the Elite or Road to Double or Nothing, you'd kind of wonder how it was determined that these guys got where their entry, because if you don't watch that, you really don't know, and that's where people probably will be like, well, how did that work? But I think they could have done it during the buy-in, just to have people understand how this, or even if they re-showed the clips from their stuff, I think that would have been really cool. So the first match, Battle Royal, Adam Page won. He'll later come out later. So the next match for that buy-in was Kip Sabian and Sammy Guevara. I thought the match was pretty good for the buy-in. I thought it was something to hype up the crowd. I think both guys showed a lot of potential. Sabian beats Sammy Guevara, so it'll be interesting to see where they bring it, because Sammy Guevara on Twitter has been pretty funny, which is the only uh, way I've ever seen. I've never seen Kip Sabian match before. I've never seen a Sammy Guevara match, and I thought these two really brought it. Um, so then the show starts. SCU defeated the Strong Hearts from OWE. I thought that was a great match and a great way to start off the show. It was fast paced, made all the competitors look great. SCU hits the Meltzer, the best Meltzer ever, for the win. I thought they really brought it out. These guys, it's just gonna show how much the AEW is gonna bring to TV. The match after that was Britt Baker, Dr. Britt Baker. She defeated Nyla Rose, Kylie Ray, and Awesome Kong. They had cool intros. I think this was the first time that we see the pyro with Kylie Ray. For some reason, Kylie Ray got pyro, but no one else did in this match, which is kind of weird. Then Brandy introduces Awesome Kong to a huge pop. Like the place, it was probably one of the loudest pops at that point. I think it was louder than Adam Page, but then I also don't quite remember. I think at that point during the Battle Royal, there weren't as many people in the arena like there was with Awesome Kong. It was just so loud. I thought it was a really good match, and they all showcased so much. Their women's division is gonna be insane. After that, the Best Friends defeated Angelico and Jack Evans. I've seen Angelico and Jack Evans for Lucha Underground. Jack Evans in Wrestling Society X, just way back in the day. So I was familiar with these guys. Best Friends, Chucky T, not so much. I mean, I've seen them because of at All In and stuff. A little bit before that, but not 100% familiar with them. I thought it was a really good match, and I think it was missing a little bit of a stipulation, just to bring up the entertaining factor to it. The match could have been, I think it could have been on the buy-in and replaced with the Battle Royal, just to give the Battle Royal on the main card. I think would have been awesome. But Angelico and Jack Evans, I mean, they're just insane and athletic guys. I mean, I can't wait to see what they bring to the tag division, especially against the likes of like Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. It's gonna be crazy. After that, it was Hikaru Shida, Ryo Abe, and Ryo Mizunami. They defeated Aja Kong, Yuka Sasaki, Sakazaki, and Emi Sakura. Thought it was a really good match and really good use of the 6 women. I think as of now, Hikaru Shida is the only one that's signed to AEW. So it'll be interesting to see where the other women go from here, if they're going to sign too. I think it would be awesome to sign them and really like cement a big division for the women. So my girlfriend went with me. She's never been to a wrestling show. She knows that she's seen some stuff just because I was like, before I was prepping her and having her watch some Being the Elite and stuff like that, and some matches just so she gets familiar with who these people are. And this match was the match that like got her into the show. At this point, she was like entertained, but she wasn't like fully invested into the show up until this point. She really liked the way these girls brought it to the table. And I thought that the match lacked a little bit of heel work. I thought it was tough. It sounded like it was tough for the crowd to like really get into the match and really like side with the one team. But I thought overall, really, really good match. It was awesome. Let's see. So
Wrestling has winning.
Cody defeated Dustin Rhodes. That was the match after that one. That was a great match, probably my favorite one. Tied first for sure. The storytelling in this match was just really, really good. Before the match, Cody destroys a Triple H-esque throne, which was just funny with the sledgehammer. He came in, Brandy gave him the sledgehammer, and then he destroyed it. It is what it is. It's obvious what he was trying to get at with that. And then Dustin Rhodes gets busted open in the match, bleeding everywhere. I thought it would have been a great spot, just have the ref throw up the X. Everyone knows what the X is, and have Dustin or Cody tell the ref, like, no. It could have been Dustin just to be like, no, I'm okay. Let's go. Let's do this. Or just have Cody say, nah, man, we're not doing this here. There's no X. I thought it would have been really good. It was a very emotional match between them. At the end, I thought it was just really sad. Just when Cody was asking Dustin that he needs a tag team partner and that he wanted his brother, and I thought when they were like both emotional, the crowd really loved it. I thought it was pretty up there with emotional wise. It was really up there with the Shawn Ric Flair match at WrestleMania. Just the I'm sorry. It was just it was just super emotional. It was just really, really, really good. So let's talk about the title presentation. I think at this point it happened. We have Bret Hart come out and introduce the new AEW World Title. Looks great, great title. I'll post a picture, obviously, because it just looks like such a good title. It looks so nice. Kind of reminds me of like kind of not as big, but kind of like Lucha Underground ish title. I thought it was like really, really, really good. Then we have Adam Page come out because Bret Hart tells Adam Page to come out since he had won the Battle Royal and he's going to be competing for this championship. So he calls him out, and then out comes MJF. Who, my God, he's just such a good heel. He's just really, really, really good at his heel work, and it's just, I think he's going to be the top heel right as of right now. He's the top heel of the company because he's just man. I hope they do good things with him. Yeah, because he has such good potential. And then out come I think it was Jungle Boy and Jimmy Havoc come out, and then they all kind of beat up MJF. And then Bret Hart shows off the title, and then that's it. It was interesting to have Bret Hart introduce the title. He got a huge pop because when the announcer, I forgot who his name is, English guy, that it wasn't Justin Roberts, it was somebody else that was introducing the title or introducing Bret Hart. But when he introduced the best there is, the best there was, the crowd just lost, and even I was just like, oh my God, what? Really? All right. It was crazy. All right, so let's talk about Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers. The Young Bucks defeated the Lucha Brothers with their Meltzer driver. It was amazing match. I mean, what more can I say? The AAA tag team titles were on the line. All four competitors. I've never seen these guys live ever, and I've always wanted to see Lucha Brothers, and I've always wanted to see the Young Bucks. I just thought it was a really, really great experience to like see both of those teams against each other for this match. thought it was awesome. Like, these guys are like super athletic, super entertaining. This is the one that was tied with my first favorite. This one, Cody Dustin, just amazing. They had amazing spots. That's, oh my god, like, just definitely, you guys just have to watch it. If you haven't watched the Young Bucks, which is the Lucha Brothers, you gotta really watch this match. There was a time when, excuse me, but Phoenix went to the top, holding the arm of one Buck, while the other Buck was like on the ropes, kind of like on his crotch, just on the ropes. And then Phoenix goes up to the turnbuckle, does a little super kick, like little kick to one of the Bucks, and then he does a little bounce on the ropes. He swings over back to the one that he kicked in the face, and then Hurricanrana's him. Just awesome. Just it was just a spot of the night. I'm gonna post it. So at least I hope I can post it. So I mean, I just want to see where they bring Lucha Brothers. As of what I know, they're not exclusive right now. I think they are signed with MLW, but I think there's gonna be some kind of exclusivity to AEW once that contract runs out, and Lucha Brothers will be able to fight. While in Mexico, they'll be AAA. While in the States, they'll be AEW. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And then after last match, main event, Jericho defeated Kenny Omega. Jericho's entrance was awesome, just kind of like an homage to like the evolution of Jericho. They had Lionheart, they had the list of Jericho, and they had the shiny jacket Jericho. I thought it would have been cool if they had like a little tight, like in their little screens, have like the numbers kind of like Matrixy, how like Jericho had it, but like I think it was blue, and then like the thing "Save Us" came out, and if they would have done that, like it just said "Save Us," I thought it would have been cool. That would have been another one that they could have done. Jericho just shows like this match was entertaining. They're always hard hitting. Their first match was just crazy with New Japan. They were just going hard on each other. Jericho just showing what he's still capable of doing, showing that he can still go, proving to everyone that he is right now the top guy for AEW, and it's just cementing it. And you know what? It's great. It's great, and it works, because right now Jericho is just saying it's all about him, and you know what? Right now it is all about him, and who better to go against Jericho than a guy who's trying to get to the top himself later on? It's going to be Hangman. Jericho versus Hangman. And then after the match, Jericho, cuts a promo, says he deserves a thank you. Thank you from the whole crowd is just chanting thank you. And he says that he deserves a thank you from Cody and everyone backstage. And then there's a huge pop for Moxley. Moxley runs in. He's coming from the crowd, jumps in, goes into the ring. Jericho turns around. He finally sees him, and then you have this face-off. It looks like Jericho says, like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And then Moxley hits him with the DDT or his dirty deeds on Jericho, and then the ref comes in and is like, hey, what are you doing? And then he hits him with the DDT. He has a brawl with Omega because he tries to DDT him, but Omega pushes him out to the outside the ring, and then they fight up until the stage, about the left side of the stage where there are poker chips, and then they're brawling there, and then Moxley hits a DDT on top of the poker chips, then picks him up again and hits essentially the AA or the FU on Omega down into this. It looks like a pretty hard, it didn't look like when WWE does those high spots, sometimes you see this air cushiony kind of thing. This one didn't look like that. It sounded very hard. It sounded like it hurt. So I thought, just hats off to all those guys. Then the pay-per-view ends. Cody, Bucks, Omega come out to the stage, thank the crowd, hype up AEW. They have a very emotional speech. I'll definitely post that at the end. I have the recording of that happening. Overall, I'm just going to talk about overall right now. I had an amazing time. I had a friend come out from Connecticut for the show. I thought it was amazing. It got me more excited for the promotion. Just this show that they put on. I just wanted to make this brief, simple, just talk about the my thoughts of how the weekend was. I thought it was a really, really great. It was a really nice weekend of pro wrestling weekend. I was there for a few days, so really got to experience everything and see everything for the most part. Next is All Out in Chicago. So I think and hoping that I'll be able to attend that one. So that's going to be the end of this video. I will post that video next. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.
You've been loud all night. I need you to get as loud as you've ever been in your life.
We really put our pride on the line to try something new. All of us. All of us, not just us in AEW, but I'm sure everyone in the crowd. We put up with some form of ridicule every day, not feeling good enough, or not feeling like we've lived up to our potential or that we're on the right path. But today, I almost cried 3 or 4 times because I'm so proud of everyone. And I'm so happy that each and every one of you are willing to take the chance to come on this very unique journey with us. And even though I should be seeking medical attention, I should. Cody put me on the spot, and so I guess, oh boy, I guess I must bid you adieu. So everyone in Las Vegas, and heck, around the world now, goodbye, smooch, and good night.